only had this church, and this room actually was the only place that we could come to have classes and dinners and things like that. It was like a social hall. We got permission from the bishop to put like a draping over the altar area, and then we were able to use this. We actually had a makeshift little kitchen over here. It was unbelievable what we were able to do. But we had a huge debt, and then we had to make our CFA goal, and I said, Father Bob, I don't think we'll ever get out of debt. I mean, oh my gosh, this is just unbelievable. Well, we did get out of debt, and as soon as we got out of debt, we said, okay, we need classrooms. We need a bigger hall. And so we went on a campaign to build the Parish Life Center. We raised the money in 3 years, and it's completely paid off. And it all came from God. It was just an amazing journey. I saw the monies come in. I don't know how it all happened, but God made it happen. I say if he wants it, he will provide, and he did. So now we want to embark on our next building project. So we did the villas, we did the Parish Life Center, we built the Adoration Chapel. By the way, this Adoration Chapel, the little chapel on the right when you first come in, is open during the day on our business day from 8:30 to 3:45, and then on Saturday, same until 3 o'clock. So if you ever want to just have some quiet time and pray before the Blessed Sacrament, please go there. You'll find it's beautiful. So now we want to build one last thing, and that's we need a new maintenance facility, okay? The one we have is a barn that's been here before the church was even here. I mean, years and years, it's old. And we've put patches on it, but we can't really patch it too much longer. So what we want to do is build a maintenance facility on one side, and then the other side would be storage for all the different ministries and all the different things that we need to store here. So we already have a plan put together. We already have talked with the builders, and that's going to happen. Probably in the next year, we'll be able to start. Now, we still need to have money in our collections to be able to pay to run this place, because we have a good staff. We have to pay them well to keep them. We have to take care of this place. We have a 10 and a 15-year maintenance program already put together. What's going to happen when we need our roof? What's going to happen when we need new paving? Things like that, so that we're putting money away for our rainy day when we're going to need it. And we've done that. We have that in place. So we need you to prayerfully consider what you can donate to the church in terms of your money. Part of it, we would say, put in your collection basket for the offertory. And the other part you need to give to the CFA, Catholic Faith Appeal. Now, every year, our parish and every parish in the diocese is assessed on the amount of money that came in the year before in your offertory. And then a percentage of that is given back to the diocese to help be able to run all the programs that they have. It supports all the offices at the diocese, the seminary, Catholic charities, many, many things within the diocese. This year, our goal is $458,000. And I know we'll reach it because I know each of us are going to do our part to get us there. You can do both by going online and giving automatically from your checking or your savings. That's the easiest, cleanest way to do it. If you like to use envelopes, we'll give you envelopes. If you would rather just make the donation straight to the CFA in like a stock transfer or an IRA distribution, if you're 70 and a half, you can, 71 and a half now, you can make that right from your IRA, and then you don't pay taxes on it, and the church gets the benefit from it. If you have questions on any of that, you can certainly call me at any time and ask me. I'll be around after this meeting as well. We have a terrific staff. I couldn't be more proud of them. Many of them are here, 10, 15 years as well. We try to hire people that are qualified and then let them do their thing. And that's our goal, is to really empower them to be able to do what God's brought them here to do. And I feel like it's a blessing and a privilege to work with Father Bob and Father Saji and Father Simon, wonderful priests, wonderful team. And what they were trained to do is be priests. Okay, I was trained to work on business. I've been in business all my years. I worked at an auto parts company for many, many years. And sold computers and installed computers. And so my background is business. And I see what happens here, and all I can say is that God's in charge. We do the paperwork, but God's in charge. We have a strong spirit here at St. John the 23rd that I think is really something that when you come in, you can definitely feel it. And what I suggest to keep our parish, that's big, as he said, 3,600 plus families here at our parish, but to keep it small, I encourage each of you to join a ministry. That's where you're going to meet your friends. That's where you're going to find your niche here at the church. Maybe you want to be an usher. Maybe you want to go to the hospital, as Father Bob said. Maybe you want to serve. We have a ministry for baptisms right now that I'm looking for someone who would be here when families come on Saturdays to bring their children to be baptized. Someone that would welcome them and see them through the process, help the priests, and then follow up with them in a few months to see how they're doing and what else we can do for them. There's something for everybody here at our church. So I suggest that you take a minute with Stella, gave everybody a ministry guide, and look through it, see what God might be calling you to do, okay? So we have other ministries that are here that would like to speak to you, and I just thank you all for coming. If you ever have questions, my email is in the bulletin. You can call me in the office. I'll be more than glad to sit down and talk with anyone, okay? So I want to introduce Judy and Tony Fennell. And Judy and Tony are wonderful parishioners of ours, and they're going to tell you a little bit more about the ministries they serve in. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you so much for coming. As I listen to Father Bob and I listen to Holly, so many millions of things are going through my mind as to what I'd like to tell you, because there's so much. I'm passionate about the things that are really important in my life, and this church has become one of the most important things in my life. And it's because God is utmost at the center and first and foremost. My husband and I have been married 43 years. We're from Fargo, originally from Fargo, North Dakota, and Minnesota area. And we're both cradle Catholics, and always we're in church and always, and I always used to say that when my kids were grown and gone and I had more time, I was going to be more involved in the church. To be honest with you, if I still lived up there, it'd be tough because we didn't have as much as this church does. This church is beyond a doubt the best place I have ever been, thankfully, a part of. Father Bob, Father Saji, Father Simon, Holly, the entire staff, bar none, are the best of people. And one of the most important things to me when I first came here was when Father Bob, and I've told him this a million times, I was so impressed because he came out, he said something one time on a homily about somebody who had been turned away from baptizing their child in the Catholic Church for whatever reason it was. And he said, bring him here, we will baptize him. And I was like, I almost started crying. I was so impressed. I thought, this is what I want to be a part of, and I am so thankful that I am. And like Holly said, and Father Bob said, we have a lot of wonderful ministries. You've got tons to pick from. The two I'm going to talk to you about today, first of all, is Women's Guild. Our president just had back surgery, so she's not here, and I said I would help out with that. I'm a member of the Women's Guild, and the best part about Women's Guild, besides the amazing friendships that I've developed, is the fact that every single dime of everything we do, every bit of it goes to charities. Every single bit. That's really impressive. And these women that we're with together are so tireless in what we do and meeting and the prayers and everything. It is just wonderful. We meet once a month on a Monday night, I think it is. And the camaraderie is second to none. And I absolutely love it, and I would encourage the women here, if you would like to be a part of the Women's Guild, to let us know. We would love to have you. The second ministry I'm going to talk to you about is the Teams of Our Lady. And like I said, Tony and I are cradle Catholics, never heard of it before we came down here. And these two amazing people told us about it at a new parishioner orientation that we attended, and it's John and Linda Stankowitz. And what Teams of Our Lady is it's for married couples to always remember that the most important thing is that there's 3 people in your marriage, not 2. It's you, your husband, and Christ. Christ has got to be in the center. And it's a wonderful ministry where you meet once a month. You have a team of between 4 and 6, 7 couples. And you get together once a month and you have a program or a chapter that you read, and you discuss this or whatever over meal and sharing. And Tony and I, again, obviously are in teams, and the people in our teams are probably some of my closest, dearest friends. We've been here 5 years, by the way, just to let you know. And it is just an amazing thing to be a part of. And I strongly encourage you to give it a try. We're having an information meeting at John and Linda Stankowitz's house on Tuesday, this Tuesday at 7 p.m. And I'm actually going to turn it over to Linda so she can tell you a little bit more. But again, thank you and welcome to this amazing parish.
Thank you so much, Judy. We can't tell you enough about Teams of Our Lady. Have any new parishioners ever heard of Teams of Our Lady? No. It's the Catholic Church's best kept secret. It's been in existence since 1939, and it's for Catholic married couples. You get into a group, you meet for dinner and prayer and discussion. You also have good times too. You might go to a movie together. You might do some other things. And we're having an information night at our house Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Dessert and coffee. If you have children, bring them along, because there's always ways to work out children. How we can meet with children, or it could be a wonderful date night. And sign up here for more information. Do not leave without a brochure. Okay, take care. Next, Knights of Columbus. Oh, sorry.
Okay, all right. Larry and Vince, would you like to come up? They represent our Knights of Columbus, and they would like to invite the men of the parish to their organization.
Hello? Okay, it works. First of all, let me congratulate you for joining St. John the 23rd. Don't let the size of the parish scare you. When we first came here, we said, oh my, how big this is. Father and the ministries, like Holly said so well, make it feel like a small parish. You will meet people here that will be your friends for the rest of your life. My name is Vince Smorrell. I'm the membership director for the Knights of Columbus Council here. We're fortunate to have our own council. And what we do is we basically do whatever parish activity Father needs. We cook. We just had a fish fry. We raise a lot of money, and every single penny of it goes to charity. And we participate in a lot of charitable events. One of my favorite is St. Martin de Porres. Me, Larry, and a couple of the other Knights, one Saturday of the month, we hang out in the parking lot and collect food for St. Martin de Porres. And we meet a guy there named Fernando. And Fernando is probably the closest thing I've met to a saint in my life. The guy is very humble. He just lives to feed the poor and the destitute. And it's an honor to be able to do this kind of voluntary work and feel that. It's an experience that everyone should have. So how does it work? If you're a retired gentleman and you're looking for a men's club and a bunch of guys to hang out with, we're it, okay? It's a great, great organization. Many of the Knights, including Larry, become my best friend. Now, if you're a young man, okay, and you're busy with your family, we realize that you can't give the kind of commitment that an older gentleman might give. But it's a great thing to grow into. Join us, become a Knight, come to some meetings, do what you can. As you get older and your family grows, your family always comes first. As you have more spare time, the fellowship of your fellow Knights will help you as you go through life. So I'll be here afterwards to give any direction or help if you're interested in the Knights, and let Larry say a few words.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Larry Evening. I'm Deputy Grand Knight for our council, and I welcome all of you also to the parish. And to build on Judy, Father Bob, Miss Holly, and the staff here, if you need something, go to them. They're there for you. They'll help you in any shape, form, or way they can. Building on the food drive, we'll be out there this Saturday, in case you forgot. This coming Saturday.
He doesn't let me forget.
Yeah, I'll be reminding him Thursday and Friday. We're out there from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. That way we're out before the Mass starts at 4 o'clock, and we're out in the parking lot. That way if there's a baptism, a wedding, or a funeral, we're out of the way, and it works out really nice. Non-perishable food, though. It has to be non-perishable. So if you have a neighbor that's getting ready to go north for the summer, and they want to clean out their pantry, this Saturday, bring it on down. We'll take your non-perishable. It'll go to good use with St. Martin de Porres, trust me, in the villas. We're more than happy to have it. The fish fry, all revenue generated from that will be going to what we call Knights charities. It's different charities we recognize. It might be Miles Message, where they help autism kids. It could be St. Martin de Porres. It could be Hope Hospice. It could be Golden Paws, which trains dogs, service dogs is what they do for military. We do a lot to help others in one way or the other. If you're interested, we do have brochures. If you want to look at our website, if you go to KC23, make sure you type in .org. Because if you don't put in the .org, it's going to give you a bunch of different KC23s, and then you're going to go, I'm confused. Because I was the first time. So I learned you've got to put the .org. And you can go on there, you can stroll down through it, and there's a spot you can click join. And you can join us that easy. And I do have brochures that if you want to take one home and look at it, or you're more than welcome to take it home and look at it, we'd love to have you, because faith, service, protect, and defend are big important things for our religion to us. And we're here to serve. And as Vince said, we understand a young gentleman with family, growing family. I had 4 sons, so I understand the running you do. You can't come to every meeting? Oh well. You can't do every event? Oh well. If you can make 3 meetings a year and help 1 or 2 events a year, you know what? We're more than happy to have you in our brotherhood. And that's really all I got to say. So Miss Holly?
Okay, and I'd like to introduce Stella McCaffrey. She is in charge of putting this together, our new family orientation, and she does a lot here in the parish as well. Here you go, Stella.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming. It's a pleasure to see you all here. I've been a member of the parish, gosh, I guess for the last 18 years. And I moved here to the West Coast just in time when this parish was forming. And I've seen it grown, gosh, from the ground up. And it's a pleasure now to be welcoming you all in such a beautiful building. But the building is not the church. You know, it's the people, it's our clergy, it's our office staff. And one of the first things I did when I moved here was to join the Women's Guild. And I know Judy spoke about it. It's a wonderful, bunch of women. I do have membership applications if anyone is interested. We meet on the 3rd Monday of each month at 6:30 over in our Parish Life Center. It's a social group, it's a spiritual group, and we do a tremendous amount of outreach. And you've all heard about St. Martin de Porres here from other ministries. The Women's Guild is very involved in that too. We sponsor a shoe drive every year where we provide probably about 400 or 500 pair of shoes to needy children in the poorest of communities. We also do an angel tree around the holidays. And again, we provide gifts for children that would otherwise have a very bleak holiday. So ladies, if you're interested, see me afterwards. I do have an application. And again, thank you all for coming.
Okay, and one other ministry I want to mention, it's for the men, and that is our gospel forum on Monday mornings. They meet at 7 o'clock in the Parish Life Center. Great group of guys. They like to just reflect on the gospel for the coming week. They come from 7 to 8, and a lot of them come to morning mass afterwards. So that's another great way for men to meet other people here at the parish. George Szymanski, did you have anything you wanted to add or say about a ministry? Okay, this is George Szymanski, and he's going to talk a little bit about his ministry. There you go, George.
Thank you all for coming. This is a wonderful church. I've been here for 18 years. Stella was my neighbor for 10. My wife and her have worked together, social justice, and doing many outreach programs. I'm also a member of the men's ministry here. We started when COVID started, and we had to stop, but we're going to restart again. This ministry is for the souls of men, strictly, and to help other people who are in need. And we're going to start again in very near future and continue to do our mission. It's a wonderful group of people. You have the Knights of Columbus, you have the Women's Guild. There's many things that you can do in this parish, and the couples. That's really a wonderful organization. And Father, thank you so much for what you do for us, how you coordinate everything. God bless you.
Okay, and I think you've kind of gotten a little bit of a glimpse of St. John the 23rd. It really is a fantastic parish community. And you know, there's a lot of people that come here every single day and every weekend from all different backgrounds. We have a Mass on Saturday night at 8 p.m. in Vietnamese, and then on Sundays we have a Mass at 1:30 in Spanish. So it's a very beautiful community of many cultures that come together under one roof, which is really wonderful. And like we said, and I think Holly mentioned it before about our beautiful Adoration Chapel. If you're going through a tough time, folks, go into that chapel, spend a minute or 5 or an hour, and just go in that chapel and look at the Blessed Sacrament there, and look at the windows. Each window depicts Jesus healing somebody, whatever it might be, the blind man or the guy who's crippled, whatever it might be. Every window is not just about someone from the past,